Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricardo with Vape and Validate, and last time we talked about the new single and internal battery mods from VooPoo, but now it's time to talk about both of the dual battery mods. So VooPoo has made two dual battery mods that both come with the PnP Pod Tank, the first of which is the Drag 2 PnP Refresh Edition, and the second is the Argus GT kit. Personally, I prefer the Argus GT kit. I'm just going to go ahead and get that out of the way now. But for those of you who really liked the Drag and the Drag 2, this one is exactly the same unit, still micro USB, still the same screen, still the same battery door, everything. The mod is exactly the same. The only difference is instead of the kit coming with the U-Force tank, it comes with the PnP Pod Tank. Now the new one, the Argus GT kit, this one's a little lighter weight, little denser. Instead of the, side magnetic battery door like the Drag 2, this one has, the bottom load battery door, which just slides, but it feels really easy to pop open whenever you're trying to open it to change the batteries out. But I've slammed this thing against counters to try to get the battery door to pop, and I haven't been able to, and nothing. The battery door is still closed, so it shouldn't really be an issue for most people. But as far as build quality, this one feels a little bit better. It is a little bit lighter weight material, but once you have batteries in here, because it's so compact, it makes the mod feel denser, and you could just see the difference between the two, like how fat the Drag 2 is compared to this one. And it does have that little bit of a taper, so it feels a little bit more comfortable in the hand. The buttons aren't metal, they're like a membrane switch, but they're clicky membrane, so still hits really hard. And this one does have the new chip like the Drag S and the Drag X, so you get a little bit more modern features with this one, especially with the USB-C connection instead of the micro USB. But let's go ahead and check out these two boxes up close so you guys can get a little bit more of a feel for them. So this is the packaging for the Drag 2 PnP Refresh Edition. So the box is pretty much the same as the original Drag 2 kit. The mod is right here. Instead of coming with the U-Force tank, this one comes with the PnP Pod Tank, which is the PnP Pod and the 510 adapter. And that just screws on to here. And coils are exactly the same as the Drag X and Drag S. You just push in the coil, and then to fill up, pull this little tab right here and fill up right there. As far as the Argus GT goes, this is the package it comes in. It's like a little Pelican case. It does come with the same two coils as the Drag 2, which is the 0.3 and the 0.15 coils. The mod kind of sits in there, and underneath you have a USB-C cable instead of the micro USB. And on the device itself, the USB-C is covered by this little port cover right here. The menu is pretty much exactly the same as the Drag S and Drag X. The main difference being that obviously this one's yellow, and instead of just the smart mode and then the user settings, you also have temperature mode. So if you want to slap a temperature control tank on here, you can. But personally, I really like the PnP Pod Tank, so I just use that. So yeah, guys, like I said, personally, I prefer the Argus GT. It feels better to me than the Drag 2, especially the new menu and screen and everything. Definitely prefer this chip over the original Drag 2 chip. But I know a lot of people like the Drag 2 mod, so that one might be perfectly fine for them without any issues. But the Argus GT is definitely my personal favorite. As far as pricing on these, I'm seeing the Drag 2 PnP Refresh Edition online for about $50. Expect them in stores to be around $60. And as far as the Argus GT, this one's about $5 more. So expect them in stores to be about $65. But even for that little bit more of a price premium, I still recommend the Argus GT kit. Like I said, I feel like you get a little bit more functionality out of it, and it's a little bit lighter weight, but once you have the batteries in there, oh my god, it's a dense little fucker. It just feels great in the hand. But say you already have a dual battery mod, or a single battery mod with a 510 connection, and you don't want to buy either one of these kits, you just want the tank. They do sell the tank by itself. The PnP Pod Tank, you can find it online for about 10 bucks. In stores you can expect it to find about $15, $16. And it honestly, like, if you already have a dual battery mod that you love, just slap that on there. Like, personally, I was running the PnP Pod Tank on my Sigeli Humvee before I got the Argus GT kit, and it worked just fine. You do have to run it a little higher than the Drag S and Drag X kits, since those are, just the magnetic connection directly on the mod. You get a little bit less voltage drop. So on my Drag S, I usually run it about 60 watts. On the Argus GT kit, I have to bump it up to about 65 watts to kind of compensate for that little bit of power loss. But still hits the same, still get an amazingly warm, flavorful hit, and it works, man. It's so good. Especially, I've been recommending a tank that we sell for $16 over tanks that we sell for $30 to $40, just because of how well this thing actually operates compared to everything else. Like, it's right up there, and it definitely hits way above its weight class. So honestly, if you don't want to pick up the whole kit, just pick up the tank, man, and you will really, really enjoy it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you today. As always, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments down below, or email us at vapeandvalidate@gmail.com, and you might just see me in a future video. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit like, make sure to subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our content to help you make decisions towards a better vaping lifestyle. I'm Ricardo with Vape and Validate. We'll see you next time.